ever pondered the gravity of the intricate balance between personal freedom and societal norms? This question, profoundly complex in nature, has troubled philosophers, sociologists, everyday individuals, and thinkers of all stripes for centuries on end. Our exploration today dives into the deep waters of a rather delicate matter: the discussion surrounding the appropriateness of sexy clothing in church environments. This contentious issue, rife with nuances and diverse perspectives, has sparked heated debates, created polarized viewpoints, and triggered thoughtful contemplations. But let's not rush into the depths of this discourse just yet. It's paramount to first acknowledge that personal expression through clothing is more than just a fashion statement. It's an integral part of our identity, an assertion of our individuality, and a reflection of our inner selves. This fundamental right, deeply rooted in the constitutional principles of freedom of expression and the right to personal autonomy, has been fiercely defended and unanimously agreed upon across democratic societies worldwide. While we have the liberty to dress as we please, it's also essential to remember that context matters. Clothing, after all, is a form of nonverbal communication. It conveys a message about who we are, what we represent, and how we perceive the world around us. In every environment we step into, be it a festive celebration, a corporate setting, or a solemn religious gathering, carries its own set of unspoken dress codes, deeply embedded in its cultural fabric. In this regard, the church environment isn't an exception. Steeped in tradition, spirituality, and a profound sense of reverence, it demands a certain level of decorum that's reflective of its sanctity. This is not about conforming to outdated norms, nor is it about suppressing individuality. It's about understanding the history, respecting the sanctity, and recognizing the unique essence of the space we're entering. While we're on this subject, let's delve into the concept of sexy clothing. What is considered sexy is often subjective, varying from person to person, culture to culture. It's shaped by a myriad of factors such as personal tastes, societal trends, cultural norms, and even historical contexts. To some, sexy clothing could be synonymous empowerment and self-expression. To others, it might mean immodesty, indecency, or even a form of disrespect. This broad spectrum of interpretations adds another layer of complexity to our discussion, making it all the more intriguing. However, amidst the myriad of opinions and perspectives that swirl around this topic, it's essential to remember that respect for a shared space and the feelings of others in that space should always be a guiding principle. It's about striking that elusive balance between personal freedom and societal norms, and in that balancing act, finding an attire that respects the environment, the occasion, and the cultural backdrop. Hence, it's essential to note that context matters. The environment, the occasion, and the cultural backdrop all play a significant part in determining the appropriateness of attire. In this respect, the church environment, steeped in tradition and spirituality, demands a certain level of decorum. A significant study conducted by the University of Michigan delved into this matter in depth. The research project was a comprehensive exploration, a detailed analysis of the intersection between fashion, personal style, and religious spaces. Spearheaded by a determined team of social scientists, psychologists, and fashion scholars, the study sought to address a question that has been largely overlooked in academic circles: the influence of attire on the overall atmosphere during religious observances. The research methodology adopted was rigorous and precise. The methodical and systematic approach involved a meticulously curated questionnaire that encompassed various facets of the issue at hand. The questionnaire, designed to delve into the psyche of the respondents, asked for their personal experiences, feelings, and reactions towards provocative clothing during religious services. It aimed to capture their immediate reactions, their level of distraction, and any impact it might have had on their spiritual concentration. A wide range of participants were roped in for the said study: people from diverse age groups, socio-cultural backgrounds, and religious affiliations. From teenagers to octogenarians, from professionals to homemakers, from devout believers to occasional attendees, the sample size was both diverse and inclusive. The participants' responses were recorded, analyzed, and interpreted meticulously to ensure an unbiased perspective. The revelation that surfaced from this study was both intriguing and somewhat startling. The researchers found that an overwhelming 68% of participants admitted to feeling distracted by what they termed as sexy attire during these solemn gatherings. This in-depth analysis of responses brought forth a relatively unexplored perspective on how personal fashion choices can impact the collective atmosphere in a religious gathering. This stark number, 68%, significantly emphasized the magnitude of this issue. It underscored the pressing need to consider the attire selection for religious congregations in a more thoughtful manner. The study highlighted the potential impact that such sartorial choices may have on the collective focus, mental tranquility, and overall environment of these congregations. It brings to the forefront the need to have a dialogue about attire in religious spaces. It's not simply a matter of personal choice or individual fashion sense. This research has shown that the issue is much more profound. It enters the realm of respect for shared space, the sanctity of the religious setting, and the collective spiritual experience. Such a significant percentage brings to light the importance of this issue. It points towards the necessity of considering attire selection for religious congregations, highlighting potential impact it may have on the overall environment and focus of the attendees. It's not simply about personal choice or fashion. It enters the realm of respect for shared space and the sanctity of the religious. Furthermore, it's about recognizing that the church is not a place for showcasing the latest fashion trends. It's not where we go to impress others with the breadth of our wardrobes or the exclusivity of our designer labels. It's not about striding down the aisles in high heels that echo with each step, drawing attention to ourselves. It's not about the sparkle of an expensive wristwatch or the subtle flash of designer eyewear. It's not a stage where we parade our sartorial elegance, nor an arena to flaunt the season's latest color palette. It isn't an opportunity to dazzle the congregation with our glamorous attire or validate our style credentials against those of our peers. It's not about the rustle of a silk dress, the sheen of a tailored suit, or the novelty of a quirky tie. The church is not a place to manifest our material wealth, not a platform to stage a fashion exhibition. A fashion exhibition, it's not about meticulously coordinating outfits, or about making a grand entrance that turns every eye in admiration. It's not the place to sport the newest trends fresh off the runway, or to exhibit the versatility of our fashion vocabulary. In the church, it's not about being the center of attention, outshining others with our stylistic prowess. It's not about the prominence of a luxury brand logo, or the allure of a painstakingly put-together ensemble. It's not about competing for the best-dressed title or using fashion as a status symbol. Remember, it's not about the spectacle of fashion, but the spirituality of the moment. It's about wearing clothes that respect the sanctity of the venue, not ones that overshadow it. It's about understanding that this is a space for spiritual connection, a place where our hearts, minds, and spirits commune in reverence. It isn't a platform for displaying our fashion-forward sense of style, but rather a place to relinquish vanity in favor of humble devotion. The church is a sanctuary, a safe haven from the pressures of worldly vanity. It's a quiet place where we can seek solace, find peace, and commune with our Maker. It's a space to focus on our faith, not our fabrics. It's not a runway, it's a sanctuary. So as we make our way to the church, let us keep in mind the true purpose of our visit. It's not about what we wear, but who we are and who we strive to be. It's about recognizing the importance of maintaining a sense of humility and modesty, and that our clothing choices, on a deeper level, our clothing choices can be an affirmation of our cultural identity and social position. Clothing is more than just a mere fabric that covers our body. It communicates our identity, our beliefs, and our aspirations. It's an expression of who we are, where we come from, and what we stand for. It's a silent language spoken around the globe, a language of texture, color, design, and style. Consider, for instance, the rich swirls of a sari. The sari, a garment indigenous to the Indian subcontinent, is more than just 5 to 9 yards of unstitched fabric. It's a symbol of grace, elegance, and femininity. The countless drapes of the sari reveal the diversity in Indian culture and tradition. Each fold, each pleat, each design tells a story about the wearer's region, status, and personal style. Now, let's travel to Japan and admire the elegant folds of a kimono. The kimono, a traditional Japanese garment, is a symbol of beauty, elegance, and sophistication. The intricate designs, the vibrant colors, and the elaborate details are a reflection of Japan's rich culture, keen attention to aesthetics, and deep respect for tradition. Each kimono is unique, just like the wearer. Each pattern tells a tale of festivals, seasons, or ceremonies. Next, let's journey to Scotland and behold the proud billowing of a Scotsman's kilt. The kilt, an iconic symbol of Scottish heritage, is more than just a piece of tartan cloth. The plaid pattern, known as tartan, signifies the wearer's clan or family. Each color, each line, each intersection tells a story of bravery, of unity, of pride. Finally, let's turn our eyes to the Middle East and the simple grace of a Muslim woman's hijab. The hijab, far from being just a piece of cloth, is a symbol of modesty, dignity, and faith. Each color, each embroidery, each fold carries meaning about the wearer's beliefs, values, and dedication to her faith. So our attire is not just about aesthetics or comfort. It's about heritage, it's about respect, and it's about identity. Every piece of traditional clothing is steeped in history, shaped by the conditions of the environment, influenced by societal needs, and molded by the hands of countless generations. Each garment is a testament to the resilience, creativity, and spirit of the people who wore them. At the same time, they serve as a bridge, offering an insight into a lifestyle and culture that may be completely different from our own. They allow us to connect, to understand, and to appreciate the diversity of our world. In the end, our clothing choices are a celebration of human creativity, ingenuity, and the unending quest for self-expression.